French knot. We've used knots in a few of our designs and it's quite a common stitch used. Might be for just centres of flowers or little bluebell flowers, sometimes turned into a pistol stitch. So I'm going to show you the French knot. A French knot, I think it's essential to have your hoop, because you want to let go of the hoop, let the fabric sit there and use two hands. So you've come up from the back, and then I'm going to take the needle and wrap the thread around the needle. Now a true French knot is just one wrap, and if you want a bigger knot then you use thicker thread. However, we've all been guilty of doing 2 or 3 wraps. Any more than that and it's just going to topple over. We pull that tight around the needle and poke the point of the needle back into the fabric next to the hole you came out. Not the same hole, but right next to it. If you go in the same hole, you're at risk of popping the knot through to the back. Put the point of the needle in the fabric and then pull those wraps firmly down onto the fabric. Then pull up the hoop and bring it through to the back. And you can see just a little dot. So it's just like a little dot. We'll do that again, and I'm just going to do one wrap into the fabric close to the hole but not the same hole, pull it firmly onto the fabric and then pull it through to the back. If you skip the step of pulling it firmly onto the fabric before you pull it through to the back, so if I just leave it like that, you're at risk of getting a loop because the knot forms itself further up the thread like that. So it's very important to not skip the step of pulling it onto the fabric. See, I've pulled the wraps all the way down into the fabric. I'll do 2 this time. Needle in next to, pull it onto the fabric and then pull it through to the back. Now occasionally we've used a pistol stitch for stamens and things in flowers, and what that is, it's still a French knot. So 2 hands come away from the fabric so you're not getting all tied up here. Wrap around the thread and then put the needle down at the end of your pistil. That's a pistil like a stamen and pistil in a flower, so it's P-I-S-T-O-L, not pistol like a gun. And then it's P-I-S-T-I-L, not pistol O-L like a gun. And then you pull it onto the fabric and through to the back. And that gets you a straight stitch with a knot on the end. And that can be really cool to do some little pistils, little bits that come out of centres of flowers like that. So again, it's important to use your hoop, do your wrap into the fabric, onto the fabric and through to the back. And that's a French knot or a pistol stitch with a French knot on the end. Sometimes French knots are stacked very closely together to fill a shape. So I'm now using the 6 strands of thread and the chenille needle. Got my other thread there, it's going to get in the way. But you can just fill a space by putting your knots very close together. And I'm just going to cut my black thread away. So you just continuously do stitches very close together until you fill a space, and you can stack them up nice and close and they'll hold each other up. So you can imagine filling the center of a flower with petals coming out around that. Like so.